Okay, so we started our little garden tour today with the pug here. We leave her on the bench and she usually sits tight while we do our little garden review. This is Niko. And we're here in the garden and we're in the middle of the day. It's about like 4:15 p.m. And usually I do these things real early in the morning when it's cool. It's kind of hot today, but we've done a few things different in the garden. We've put, first of all, around our blueberries, we've put pine needles, and I've always used for mulch, just old bark and stuff, but I'm thinking these pine needles are going to be better. I've noticed some of my neighbors use pine needles and the grass just doesn't seem to come up through them as much. The other thing, Nikki has fertilized last week. What was the stuff you used? We talked about it.
The bonnie plant herb for herbs and vegetables. And
I put a picture of that on the last update we did, but you were talking about how green everything's gotten in the last 2 days. We've had some rain. Tell me how you think things are coming.
It's a combination of the rain and the some of the plants that I thought were having a hard time are actually starting to grow. So, and that's how I know it's the rain and the herb. We use actually two types of herb or fertilizer, 10-10-10 and the bonnie plant. So this is some wildflowers that's really come up that I planted. That's
part of your companion gardening method there too.
Yes.
These are things that are supposed to basically keep bugs away. And so far, I'm gonna swing around here to the other side. All of this, we've not seen a lot of bugs at all this year, have we? So planting the flowers in there with it really has done a good job of keeping pests and things away.
You're supposed to plant geraniums next to, I think it was carrots. This is pineapple sage for my bees. There's some mums in here, and then strawberries you plant with onions. I had onions here, but they're already grown and done. And you plant strawberries with cucumbers and leeks and carrots all together. It's supposed to help them out.
And you just put the lavender in there because you like lavender?
I like lavender. This is a nook lavender. These are just some cosmos seeds. These aren't really a companion flower. They're just pretty.
So you just put them in there because you got them free from Burpee Gardens or somewhere, didn't you?
Yeah, these are free. These came in the mail free. I don't know. I can't remember who sent them to me.
It's been a while since I've talked about the raised bed that we did. We did this one last spring, and what I did in brief was I took a tiller, and my mom and dad are here right now, but that's okay. I took a tiller and I tilled up all this ground here. It was just grass, just like the grass that you see over there, and just raked away all the grass and everything. I put fabric down, the yard fabric. Then I actually created a little footing made out of gravel, similar to this gravel that we got here now. And I placed that bottom course on top of that and tried to level them the best I could. Did the best I could do with that. These are blocks I got from Lowe's. Had to actually cut the curves of some of these blocks. You'll see didn't do the best job in the world. That's why there's some of those gaps there. But I cut them actually with a masonry blade and a skill saw. So there's a lot of dust. I wore headphones. Should have probably worn breathing protection. Did I wear breathing protection? Can't remember now. So I think I breathed a lot of cement that day, but it made a really great but sort of expensive raised bed. But man, has this been great. We got a mixture of just a little bit of native soil in there, but mostly that is stuff I bought locally, a truckload of like riverbed type soil, or actually a floodplain kind of soil, which is very rich in nutrients. Then I mixed up, probably 10-12 bags of Miracle-Gro soil in with that. That's kind of what you're seeing there, and I've refreshed a little bit of that. So we had a great garden last year, and all this stuff here, all the asparagus is second year growth on that. So you can see down in here how that's coming along. We'll be ready to eat this next year. And we had this full of kale. We had a nice winter garden on this. There are a number of videos you can see if you look at our garden blog, just the continuing blog. You'll see what we've done as far as the winter garden and how that progressed last year. Then this year we decided to go a little cheaper, and I saw I could get for $10 a piece these railroad ties. I did some reading online about railroad ties as to, would that be dangerous for creosote. They said if they were very old seasoned railroad ties, you have minimal creosote leakage. And so these are very old. These are probably at least 80 or 90 year old railroad ties that were pulled off an old defunct railroad. And so I just I dug all this up by hand. If you look for a video called Tony Glenn Human Tiller, Tony Lee Glenn Human Tiller, you'll see me how I did this myself. I dug all this out with a mattock, and we created all this, and I thought it would be nice to have that little thing to walk down through the middle there. But so here we are. This is our update. This is a little bit about how I did this, laid all these out. use 2x12s that are treated actually for the inside there. Put metal spikes in to kind of hold them back, and join them together with those little metal things, those little plates there. And so that gives me a little walkway where I can walk down and weed through the middle. So Nikki's right, everything's looking great. These sunflowers here are over 6 feet tall now. These are over 5.5 feet. She has additional sunflowers. We have just all kinds of stuff: squash, sweet potatoes, tomatoes. I gotta go check with my mom and dad. You get to meet my mom and dad today if you care to see them. So we put this gravel down again maybe 5-6 weeks ago. A little bit of grass is coming up through it where I didn't joint together real well. We're trying to shoot that with some Roundup. But so there we go. This is just made everything a little bit easier and kind of hang together since we had once we put the gravel down. So that's kind of how it's doing as of June 25th. And here's my dad. How you doing, Pop?
Good, good.
I'm doing a garden update. We do little garden updates for blog. What do you think of my garden?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
What are you getting out of it? Anything?
Yeah, we gonna walk over here and look for a second?
Yeah, I forgot my walking stick.
Are you okay? You need to here. Dad's Nick's got a walking stick.
That's right.
All right, well, here, keep your stick. Keep your stick, girl, in case you need that for Niko.
Oh, here.
All right, I'll come back and get that. Well, I'll show you how things are going. I really need Nikki over here to tell you more. That's her cucumbers. It's getting ready to start having some cucumbers. There's a few little ones on there. Peppers are doing real good. That's the kind of sweet peppers. Over there is the hot ones. I've been eating those hot ones. Those are pretty good. I pull 2 or 3 every night and try to eat them. Looks like one's really coming in good there.
Blueberries coming in, looks like.
I got good blueberries. I've got carrots over here. I hadn't pulled one of these. How big you reckon these tops ought to be on the carrots before we pull one?
Let them grow.
Let them grow, okay. We got the onions. Nikki's been pulling onions. We've been eating those. Tomatoes. This tomato's coming along slow, but I think I saw some tomatoes on it. She was showing me the other day. I don't see them right off. Do you see any?
No, I don't see any.
Now over here we got tomatoes coming up on this one. We got 2 or 3 different kinds of varieties of tomatoes there. These are little bitty ones here. But these over here are going to be coming along pretty soon. She told me
Squash.
squash is doing really good this year. We've been eating squash for a while. And I bet she's been out here pulling it today. We'd see more of it in there. There's some little bitty stuff, but we've been eating for about 3 weeks off the squash. So that, and the sweet potatoes look like they're coming along real good here. It's kind of a hot day. My dad was talking about the blueberries. The rabbit eye, I've got one rabbit eye bush starting to come in. But over here's the best of the blueberries if you want some blueberries. This one is the Spartan. Oh, you can't eat anything, can't you? That's all right. He's down here for medical tests, so he can't eat.
I just come out going down there and getting a ham.
They're good to eat. I've been eating them about every morning for breakfast. I do a little video blog about the garden. Some folks like to watch it. More than anything, it's for us to keep up with how things progress so we can watch next year and know when to plant. That squash there that's round, that white one there, those are good. We've been eating those. I've eaten probably 4 or 5 of those. And the eggplant, we've had a couple of eggplants. I see we got several more coming in. It's been kind of, we get rain, but then it gets very hot and it dries stuff out pretty quick, so we're having to water. I don't know if we'll have to today or not. I think we might have had a shower a while ago. But that's it. That's how everything's looking as of today. It's kind of nice to get out during the day when the sun's up. Usually I do these late at night or early in the morning. All right, folks. Hope you enjoy it. Happy gardening.